A very good morning to each and every one of you, wherever you're joining us from. It's another day, folks, and we're privileged to be here with all of you. Debbie Collins, we see you there. Yolanda Thomas, we see you as well. Debbie says, rock and come in. Cecile Ogle, and all the other folks joining us on the various apps, on the various platforms. Guys, a very good morning to each and every one of you. Good morning to all of y'all. Good morning to you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wherever you're joining us from, Isabella, Annette, Gwyneth, I'm quoting names that Marilyn giving a shout out to. Chevron, Candy, Dolly, Sheila Boy Child. Guys, good to have all of you on the live this morning. We hope that you all are well. We hope that you all are well. About a week ago, I had the flu. And I feel very flu-like again. I feel very, very flu-like again, folks. tell you how it is. But it's a big day ahead of us. It's a big day ahead of us, folks. If you're joining the live, we encourage you to share the live, share the link. Whether you're joining us on YouTube, you're joining us on Twitter, you're joining us on Facebook, share the live as well, folks. We encourage you to do that. We want more folks to get valid and credible information. How are you guys doing this morning? How are you guys doing? Odessa Wardine says sending some hugs. I love that, Odessa. I receive it. Van Classic, Lennox Anderson, we see you there as well. All the other folks and people joining us this morning, we bid you guys welcome. We bid you all welcome, wherever you're joining us. Good to see you. Van Classic, I see Sean Winters here, Orin Don Cook. Folks, it's another day of protest. Another day of protest. Yep. We got lots to talk about today. We're getting visitors today. Did you guys know that? Ayabo Natasha Congreve. I received that, Ayabo. Ingrid Austin, how are you folks doing this morning? We're getting visitors today, guys. We're getting the country. We're getting visitors. Yep. So if a spoon fall down while you're having breakfast this morning, you understand why? You remember that? If you're eating and a spoon falling, say, getting visitors. Oh, that was really our family. Huh? If a spoon fall down, you're getting visitors. Riri Mingo, was it so in your family? Huh? Was it the same in your family? If a spoon falls, I don't know other utensils, but used to be specifically a spoon. If you eat a spoon fall down, it's not that you're pagly. It's not that you're pagly. You're getting visitors. Anne-Marie Selby, Clifton Smith, right? Y'all remember those things? You go to a funeral, you go in the house backwards. Then you fall down and bust your head and say, it's the devil. It's cousin Pam who will never like you, who you are just put down sticks with the she push you down. But you're going in backwards. Right? Do we still do that, folks? We come a long way. But I know we're getting visitors today. Whether a spoon fall down or not. We're getting visitors. Leon Blair, Vesta Hardy, Rajkumar, we see you folks there. Thanks for joining us this morning. We got a long day ahead of us. Jennifer Buck, good to see you, Jennifer. Rhonda Spencer Thumb, we got a long way to go this morning into the afternoon. Gail Alicock said, yes, I remember. Gail knows the whole thing. Gail knows the whole thing. Clifton Smith, we see you there. Edward Brooms, we see you as well. Pam Halls, we see you, Pam. We see you, Pam. My grandmother is Hall by marriage. Magnell Barrow, good to see you there. Magnell, Tommy Gibbs, good to see you as well, Tommy. Erwin Don Cook, we see you there as well, Erwin. Folks, we welcome you. Wherever you're joining us from this morning. John says, a thankful Thursday to everyone. A thankful Thursday to everyone. Claire Alexis Chamley, we see you there as well, Claire. Right? Magnell is advising me to drink some broadleaf thyme. Drink some broadleaf thyme, right? For your rundown body, you see that? And on top of that, y'all want to go North Road. On top of that, y'all want to send me a North Road. Who no? Bradley Anderson, good morning. Esty Blue, good morning to you. Sheila Boy Child, good morning to you as well. Carol Durant, we see you there. Carol says she's locked in from Grenada. Yes, good to have you, Carol. Spice Island. You see, y'all make we were able to say we got an international broadcast. Because when you're joining us from the Spice Island or some other part of Region 11, Queens, New York, London, Brooklyn, and all the other places, I'm sure we got somebody from Maryland on the live. Evelina Whitaker, good to see you there, Evelina. Guys, good to see all of you. Esther Blue, we see you. Esther's here, Glenford is here. Agatha Tull is here as well. Right? Agatha is there as well. Agatha Tull. I see you got one person here. Who proper? Diana Graves, I said, I can't send you this, Sharon. That's what Diana says. I can't send you there. I can't. I like that. I can take that. I can take that. I send. Can't say. I went to mark my spot though, because you never know. As you all saw, last weekend, I went to mark my spot. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do. If things don't work out, you gotta do what you gotta do. Go, guys, good to see you. I see Shelly Cadogan is here. Naomi Drucker said, we see you, Sharon, we see. I went to mark my spot. You just never know. Never say never in this life. Clive Fraser is here. Clive says New York is in the house. New York is in the house. I went and marked my spot. Because that place is getting crowded. You see? That place is getting crowded. I went on the one side. I see Odessa show up. Odessa Primus. I see Odessa just show up. You see? Joy Hopkinson says she's marked safe. She not to show up there. I see Odessa across the road from me. You know? I see Odessa Primus across the road from me. But I marked my spot nonetheless, in case things don't work as planned. Marilyn Alarm, I know you always got a plan B. And in this country, a C and a D and a E and a F. Because you just never know. So I went to mark the spot. Guys, good to see you. Marilyn Alarm, good to see you. Winella, Garnett, Donna McDonald, good to see you as well. Lyndon Gill is here, and Siobhan McCalmont. Right, Shalon. Kai McRae says Maryland is in the house. Y'all try there. Kai McRae says Maryland is in the house. Maryland is in the house. And Esson Duke, thanks for reminding us today is the Little Bit Opposition's birthday. Mr. Aubrey C. Norton is his birthday today. It's his birthday today, so we wish him a good day. Right? We wish him a good day. It's a full day in front of us. We got the newly elected councillors are going to be sworn in today. The newly elected councillors, City Hall, New Amsterdam, the municipalities and the MDCs. They're going to be sworn in today. All those councillors who were elected at the 2023 local government elections, they will be taking the oath of office today. Did I say elected today? They're going to be taking the oath of office today, folks, around the country. So that's one thing we have our eyes on. And then we can talk about the protest. And then later on, I'll be watching too, folks. We're going to be talking about the protest later on this morning. We got that to talk about as well. So, folks, we got a couple of things we're watching at. And we're happy that you guys are here with us. Glenford Garden is here. Kai McRae, we see you. Sharon Alfonso Evans, we see you as well, Sharon. Sylvia Allen is here. And the birthday wishes are going up. We want to wish Mr. Norton all the very best. All the very, very best. Nothing else will do. We wish him the very, very best. The very, very best. So good to see all of you guys on the live this morning. Hope you guys had a good start to the day. You hit the ground running. Breakfast is served, has been served, will be served. Do let us know how it's going by your end. And thanks to all the folks who are telling us where they're joining us from. And I would say thanks to all the well wishes too on behalf of Mr. Norton. Seeing a lot of happy birthdays there. Right? A lot of happy birthdays there. Lynn Finance, we see you as well, Lynn. Coretta Braffett. Coretta. Good to see you, Coretta. Tommy Gibbs is here, joining us from Brooklyn. Welcome, Tommy. Van. Good to have all of you guys. here this morning. Let's touch on some of what we're covering in the morning papers. And just in case you're new to the broadcast, we start with some of what we covered in the morning papers at our end. Then we can touch on some of the things we looking at internationally, regionally, Latin America into the Caribbean, and then we come back in the 592 where we started, folks. Some of the additional things we're following at that end. Amanda Daniels, we see you there. Jordan Cook, we see you there as well. And all the other folks who are joining us, we see you folks. We see you all. We're good to have each and every one of you folks on the live. Good to have each and every one of you good folks on the live. Give us a quick sec. Give us a quick sec, folks. As I said, good to have all of you wonderful folks on the live. As a matter of fact, I would say great to have you all on the live this morning. I think I'm just going to pick up the phone in a second and just call somebody. I don't feel like being in this space by myself. So I can call somebody for them. Yeah. Y'all know what the good book says? Huh? Fret others before they fret you. Y'all read that? Yeah. So before they fret us, we go fret them. That's how we're going to do it. Before they fret us, we're going to fret them. Folks, take the opportunity while we get ourselves together at the back end. Take the opportunity to share the live, smash that emoji, but it'll mean the word to us. If other folks get valuable and credible information, we don't want to keep it to ourselves. Give you guys the folks of some what we're following. Some what we're following locally, internationally, regionally. And we're circling back to where we started by the time we get to the end of the program. And that's some of what we're following in the 592, good folks. Some of what we're following in the 592. Give us a quick sec. And we can be right there. You don't got to worry about the thing. Give us a quick sec and we can be right there. You don't got to worry or bother about a thing. Take the opportunity. We crave your indulgence to share the live, smash that emoji button. We got ways to go, folks. We got ways to go. All right, we're about set. There's a lot of clicking here. Clickety click, clickety click. But good to have each and every one of you in the live, folks. How is the weather? Where you guys are joining us from? Do let us know, good folks. Please and thank you. Do let us know. We want to know we fast like that. We fast like that. We want to know how's the weather? What's for breakfast? Good morning. You know, some of you haven't got time with us. Some of y'all don't even have time with us. It's all about the comments. It's all about the comments. But we understand. We understand. North Road, check one. Dodge Road. North Road, take one. All right, so give us a quick sec and we can be right there. All right. I think we set now. I think we set a little bit, good folks. I think we set. All right. We just pick up the phone and just call somebody. Who vex? So let's turn our attention, folks, of somewhat we're following in the morning papers today. We got a couple of things to get through. Good morning to each and every one of you, Dolly and Erwin, Debbie. Debbie said keep sharing off North Road. And thanks for helping, Debbie. Thanks for helping me take that step. Thanks for helping me to take that step off of North Road. Thanks for helping me to take that step off of North Road. It means the world to me. It means the world to me. I'll have to go flash somebody on North Road. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. I just pick up the phone and see who answers when we call. We're heading into the morning papers. And who vex? You know, Who vex? We're heading to the morning papers. Leonie Haynes, we see you. Beatrice Selby, we see you there as well. Orin, we see you there as well. Ayabo Natasha, we see you there. Right? Ayabo says we got a left North Road for other people. We got to leave North Road for other folks. Good to see you there. Folks, I hope you're getting set. You tied your laces since last night. You know, as you get big, you got to do some things early. You got to start earlier because it takes a little time. And we understand the demographic that watches our program too. So we hope you all started early, tying your laces, shining your shoes, and so on. Fully ahead of us, back on the front lines of protest again today. We're back on the front lines again. And hope to see some of you guys. Some of you following the morning papers, good folks. Some of what we're following in the morning papers. That's where we're starting. All right, a couple of issues we're following the morning papers. And we're heading right into some of what we're covering internationally, folks. Leslie and Patrice, good to see you there. Leslie and Gail and Sheena, good to see you. And all the other folks. Jilly G, good to see you, Jilly. Internationally, folks. Progen, the fellow who started a march to Moscow. You know, Vladimir Putin said that he's off to Belarus. He's off to be friends with Lukashenko. Well, the president of Belarus, Mr. Lukashenko, he said that Putin is not there. People say if you think Putin bad, Putin is like Putin to the 20th power. I hope that's a high number. You all have been good with the maths. hope something to the 20th power is a high number. But folks says Putin. What did Donald Trump say? It's a bad hombre. Putin is a bad hombre. Yeah. He's the baddest of the bad. He's a bad hombre. Well, Lukashenko says that he's not in Belarus, as Putin would want us to believe, but he's in Russia. Prigozhin is in Russia. So we're watching that front. Right? Ayabo says Putin's power is fading. And a lot of commentators believe the same thing, Ayabo. Putin's power is fading. He started pitch. There's only rain for time, you know. The light one, there's only rain for time. The light one says he's in St. Petersburg. He's in St. Petersburg. And the comment says like, Putin get rid of Putin finally. I think Putin can be there for a long time. Putin can be there for a little while. So that's one of the things we're watching. Is that misdirection? Is something else at play there under the surface? The Americans could tell us. Jane could tell us. Not Jane. Sarah could tell us. He said, don't block out Sarah already. That's why I went to Jane. Jane Miller. If Sarah wasn't busy, a lot of pursuits with the PVP, she could tell us. But that's what they're telling us. Lukashenko says he's here by me. He's not by me. He got home back. Putin. Quite a story there, though. You know? Served time in prison. Came out and got the ear of Putin. Used to be called Putin Chef. You know, he had a string of restaurants. And now, chef turned mercenary. Yeah. People live in the dreams every day, Magnell. Diana, baby Sandyford. People live in the dreams every day. That's what I want to know. Every day. And while we're on that front, they said missiles rain down. Is it Lviv? That's the name of the place. My Ukrainian is a little off. I beg your pardon. But missiles, deadly. Think about 4 persons they said lost their lives in this city of Ukraine. War every day, folks. War every day. While all may not be perfect at all, and we're thankful we don't wake up, you know, to bombings and gunfire and artillery all day long. That's what some of the folks on that end endure all the time. You know, you must pray for them. You people of faith, You must pray for them. Can't be easy, the kids and all of that in this madness here. Right? Naomi said, big word, Sharon. How do we pronounce it? Yolanda says, respect and manners. Leslie Hamilton says, I'm watching Trinidad with Blinken. He coming in a couple of hours. He coming. So that's why we're following folks on the Russian front. And you might want to pay keen attention to this. I know Mia and Ayabo and so on. How are the temperatures by you, Ayabo? Mia Miller, how the temperature by y'all? Because they're telling us that the UK has issued skin cancer warning as temperatures could reach a record height. Record heights, record highs. And I don't know, but right here in the 592, the temperature's been a little thing. We understand it's summer and all that, but this is a little extra. And if it's not very, very hot, it's a sudden downpour of rain. A sudden downpour of rain, just like that. Much welcome. The rain, that is, much welcome. But it's just the fluctuations. It's just the fluctuation. So you, brothers and sisters and people of the UK, y'all better take precaution. Better take precaution. Please do. All right? Please do. Naomi says, Blinken coming for 4 hours. He has taken the travel advisory to heart. Blinken will stay long. Don't think you can get even drink. You have black water, eat lab and stay here forever. Quick, quick, quick. Quick and gone. Verna, quick and gone. So watch the heat where you are. We've been telling you about droughts in Jamaica and Barbados and how they've been trying to combat that. Right? So we're watching that. Watch the temperature we all in. Stay hydrated, and you all can probably tell me some of the other things that we can do to fend off this heat. Critically, stay hydrated. And indoors if you can. Some of y'all like walk too much. Dolly Anderson says it's 81 degrees right now in Brooklyn. Some folks like walk too much. Tammy Gibb says Blinken visit fast and nasty. Fast and nasty. So you're watching that, folks. Originally, CARICOM, the one freedom of movement by 2024 March. I thought we were there already. Huh? I thought we were there already. You could move freely. I thought we were there already. You know, some of these leaders is hypocrites. And I'll tell you from what standpoint. Some of them don't even want people in the country to assemble, to protest, you know, to reason, to have citizen conversation. They don't even want them to meet like that. But here they're talking about freedom of movement in the Caribbean. You know, some of them is hypocrites. It's not all of them. It's not all of them. There's quite a few. It's hypocrites. Got some good Caribbean leaders. Right? You got a good set. A good set. But some of them is hypocrites. Freedom of movement by March 2024. I know when you go, you get a little CSME certificate and so on. They give you 6 months. We get the details for you guys. We're going to have the details for you good folks. We have the details for you. Roosevelt Scarrett, Dominica's Prime Minister, is the new chair of CARICOM for the next 6 months. And, you know, they've been saying that they seem to have a reversal of the position, Caribbean leaders that is, on military intervention or intervention into Haiti, boots on the ground in Haiti. They're against the ideas first, but since Blinken come, and you know that they've been doing the back channels, they seem to have, you know, done a 180 on that. Seem to have done a 180 on that they should have some kind of a outside force for Haiti. is what the headline said. An outside force. This is after US and UN pressure. As you know, the Secretary General of the UN also is part of that meeting, or is part of that meeting in Trinidad and Tobago. So that is happening too. That is happening as well. We're watching that. We're watching that. We just want this thing in Haiti to come to a close. The violence and mayhem. And if you guys have been ardent listeners and viewers of our program, we've said it here. This is a CARICOM sister state. We've said it here often. It's a CARICOM sister state. And we can only all mark our collective progress when we see how far Haiti has come. Right? When we look at how far Haiti has come. And so really and truly we should be bowing our heads in collective shame as to where Haiti has gone. Bowing our heads in collective shame. Welcome home, folks. Welcome home. With the 592. You know, it's like some of the immigration officers, you ever come home to your own country, they see a Guyanese passport and the immigration officer, I'm sure it's not them currently, but I've had it done to me in the past. What's the purpose of your visit? I mean, what's the purpose of my visit? I come to go home. Right? My house by the side corner, by the first street. Right? By the breakdown coca, by the bridge. What's the purpose of your visit? I come home. Never happened to you? Kai McRae, Yolanda Thomas. I mean, if you come like Yolanda them, you got your American citizenship and so on, you might get confused. They like to really find the details to see, oh, citizenship of origin, Guyanese. Right? You come here, give your passport. What's the purpose of your visit? What's the purpose? Well, some of y'all know you're visiting for truth. You live here, but you're visiting. And that's how some people just go home. When they come home, it's a visit. In the physical home. Because they're not there too often. What's the purpose of your visit? When I come to see the Jacobats and the trench capos, I ain't come to see them. I don't come to see them. You know? So welcome home, folks. We're in the 592. We're in the 592. Well, this one is a bit hypocritical. Hypocrisy. Hypocritical. It's a bit of that. Because the government says they want to end child labor. And here now they're promoting rights of the child. Oh, Father, they ain't got no shame. Naomi, Chamara Dow, Patricia Stewart. The light one, they ain't got no shame. They're promoting the rights of the child. You see, this is just rhetoric, you know. Rhetoric for inaction. They're promoting the rights of the child, wanting to end child labor. Folks, I've said it here. I say it again now. You see where the National Assembly is housed? Huh? When you come off, not Vicentia Road, Sheriff Street, and you're heading up the embankment, you go past children begging at the traffic light there, by Conversation Tree and the embankment. You go forward up, you got children begging. Then these folks gotta pass every day. And the conscience don't prick them, you know. So when they talk about ending child labor, when you come around now by the National Cultural Center, they got some boys selling water, among other things there. I think none of them are 10 yet. I don't think any of them is 10 years old as yet. So we got to come past the rhetoric. Rights of the child and so on. We don't, give a damn about the rights of the child. Look at how we treat this 15-year-old, 16-year-old involved in this rape allegation. Made these damning allegations. Look how we treat her. That's why we heard Councillor Wade Attorney at law, last evening. He said they've imprisoned the child under the pretext of protective custody. Right? They can't jam about rights of the child. Rights about which child? And it's also a thought we heard veteran trade unionist Lincoln Lewis circle back to just recently. He said the rights of this child is being violated. The rights of the child being violated. So the ministry got to move past the cosmetic art competition and so on. Those things are good, but we got to move the needle on where we are on child labor and the true rights of the child. There's a fascinating book that was recommended to me, How Democracies Die. And one of the ways they tell us, you get a lot of cosmetic things, a lot of acting like it's a democratic process, but really and truly, it's not a democratic system. They act like they like children, but they really like children. It's acting. Because if we were true to how we feel about our young people, it would be demonstrated how we treat him with the victim. But it's not correlating. It's not correlating at all. Any part of this city, I went to the post office the other day. Stacey-Ann, thanks very much. Thanks, Stacey-Ann. I've been post office. When you bust run by the post office, you got a whole set of people sleeping on the pave. A whole host of people who life has been unkind to, sleeping on the pave. Let me tell you something. The only difference between me and the people who are not rolling on the pave there is the work of the Lord Jesus Christ in my life. I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, for it's the power of God unto all them that believe. That's the only difference. That's the only thing, nothing to do about me. I thank the Father for that. When I bust around and I see all them people on that sidewalk sleeping, you know, I don't know if it's people who advance in nature because they're falling on hard times. They look old, but big people, I would say a whole set of big people. I bust around, one of them move the palms. We got to do right. And we have never been in such a good position as we are now as a country to move to move the needle on this matter: homelessness, child labor, you know, social injustice, truly protecting the rights of our children. Art competition is not good. Get them involved and so on, but they're going to solve it. That's not going to solve it. It's not going to solve it. It's not. So that's one of the issues we're watching in the 592. Remember the young lady that allegedly they set fire to the Malian dorm? Remember that? Appeared in court recently. 20 murder charges. Appeared in court quite recently. Tuesday morning, I think it was. So the matter is heading to trial. The matter is heading to trial. Right? Her mother gonna be sworn in today. That's what some folks are telling us as a counselor for the PPP. This country fascinating. Her mother's gonna be sworn in. You know? What happened with those kids? Is the minister still assigned? And if Suzanne Rodriguez was assigned to a child, who picked up the slack while she in the States on that sojourn? Who's picking up the slack for she and the child? You see, cosmetology, that's how democracies die. You got all the appearances. Those of you who are of the Christian faith, there's a scripture that says, having a form of godliness, but rejecting, denying the power thereof. People got a form of governance. It's cosmetics. You hear Ali come out and say, oh, he didn't intervene. Oh, it's true. Oh, we said wait and let the process work. We still wait and we hope it worked for the children of Madia. 20 dead. 20. I'll show you some footage later on, another broadcast of that scene there at that school. We visited when we went to Madia recently. You know, as you walk down, it's a little descent to get to where the school is. You feel this airy thing, the pores on your skin race up. Right? Because there's a secret ground now. I hope they build a fantastic monument to those children there. They don't put back nothing there. The boys' dorm is still standing. But children can't go back to that site there. You know the security guard, I think it's RK's security company that has the contract for that school, for that building, to secure it. The security guard says she's crying every day. When I come and I see and I remember, I cry every day. They should make a monument there. You know? Blinken come and take something from the Americans. Look and see what they did with World Trade Center. People must be able to go there and just quietly reflect on the lives of those children. But of course, people don't want a kind of reminder. People not going to want that kind of reminder at all of their missteps, of the bad governance, of the horrible management. They don't want that. Folks, why can't Sarah just go? Huh? Why can't Sarah just go? Well, you have Boy Blinken coming. We ain't got no trouble Blinken. It's people like Sarah. Sarah got the longest send-off in history. I swear to God. It was 4 months now. Sarah had a farewell party. She's still here. Still here. I don't know if she mistimed it or what is the matter. But I would hazard a guess that Blinken didn't need Sarah to have a successful trip here. Right? Let Blinken with me treat Blinken real nice. You know? Real nice. I walk Blinken down North Road, nice time. We didn't need Sarah. Sarah, just go. Just go. Alright? I gotta do some business with the embassy. I said, me no tell Sarah God, honestly God, like I even want to see the embassy. That's right there. Me want to see the embassy till then. Me want to see the embassy till then. Just go. So Blinken coming today, folks. And you will have more on that in our broadcast later on. We can have more on that. Right? Leslie Hamilton says Sarah's Ali's son godmother. So she knocking off as ambassador coming on as the housekeeper? Or as the babysitter? That's what we're talking about there. She coming on. She coming off as ambassador, she coming on as the babysitter. But that's one of the things we're following. Blinken is coming. And of course, part of his team there in Trinidad and his engagement with CARICOM is the man himself, Hakeem Jeffries. We know how he feels about them and the treatment of Guyanese. Right? Folks, somebody clearly don't know I am on air and ringing the phone all the time. Apologies if you heard that vibrating. Clearly, they're not watching the program. Clearly. So they can keep ringing until I answer. They keep ringing until I answer. So Blinken coming, folks. Hakeem Jeffries, they say, may not come to this end because he got some pressing matters will take him back to Washington. The boy gone up. Plays a significant role now in the U.S. Congress. Very, very significant role. As an African-American, an American period. Very, very important role he's playing in the entire process. And I have pondered on this look on Jeffrey's face for a long time. I sure is earphone he was looking at. I sure is earphone. And I said, watch it you. Watch it you. You swim out. Church cheese, you swim out. Right? Boys are still calling. So you don't got a conscience, you know. You don't got a conscience. While all that is happening, more protests today, folks. More protests today. Not relenting. Can't relent. More protests today. And I told you what Attorney at Law Darren Wade said yesterday. The rights of this child being violated. You know, the rights of this child they're being violated. The rights are being violated. Let me subject my verb agrees early in the morning. Let my subject and my verb agree. It's early in the morning. So that's one of the things, folks, that we're looking at. That's one of the things we're looking at. And maybe I should take you all back to when, as I said, veteran trade unionist Lincoln Lewis, spoke with us quite recently. So what he said to us, because he hit the nail on the head. They're talking about, protecting the rights of the child. No. They're talking about protecting the rights of the child. No. But that wasn't the case all the time. That was not the case all the time. Take a listen to what our brother Lincoln Lewis said. Take a listen.
This is about people's rights. Persons at every level of society. Be it a child, be it an adult, be it a woman, be it a man. Everyone's right needs to be protected. As the allegations here are made against a minister who have violated the rights of the child. Violated the right to the point where he has not allowed the child to become an adult and to be involved in other acts. We have reached the stage where we have a government that is prepared at every time that there is an allegation. They ask you they ask the accused, you must first bring the evidence, but they never put systems in place for this evidence. What is happening here today and before now is a continuous protection of the rich and the privileged in this society, violating laws and transgressing rights of citizens. And on each occasion, the government stands with them. We need to be consistent. We need to call on the government, call on the operatives. They need to be consistent. Don't look only when the small man is down there, when accused of something. We send police looking for them. When you have a DPP, she can do nothing else but just what the government wants. She is not prepared to address issues based on the guidance of the law and the privilege she has had to serve society. She's not about society, she's about an individual. And it's time we call on her to get to hell out. We can't be paying, as taxpayers, we can't be paying money to people who are prepared to use our funds to violate laws, to transgress rights. We have to do something. Durham Law, as the citizens are calling, that he must be charged. I'm not saying he must be charged, but in the first instance here now, I'm calling on the DPP. She must make the pronouncement, the first pronouncement. And when she makes the first pronouncement, then action should be taken. I will not be surprised to know that they will come with something. You remember the Henry Green fiasco? They will come with something to say that he will never have his day in court. You remember the 19 fraud charges? Remember the law book scam, the law book issue? They fight tooth and nail to make sure that they never have their day in court. And this is the process has started where they've decided that Durham Lal will not have a day in court. And that's how we must see it. And that's the reason why I decided that today I have to come out and give solidarity to those who are protesting. Thank you.
And that was Lincoln Lewis just a couple of days ago. He said, "Come with something." And how right he was. How right he was. They managed to procure this no further action statement out of the complainant. And then the DPP advised no charges will be laid. And of course, all of that was to say resignation coming. So why do all of that? Why do all of that? You see, veteran trade unionist Lincoln Lewis, he knew. You got to watch them. They're going to ensure that he, in suffering no way, this resignation, you sign off one day, one place, you sign on someplace else. And we can know very soon. Where is he someplace else? Very soon we can know. So we go and protest and picket there too. But as we said, more protests today, folks. I hope you got on your socks and your shoes, you got your water bottle set. You got your water bottle set. Chinese law, Darren Wade yesterday made a point with the rights of the child. And suddenly you all care. Why is this child in the prisoner? Damn Lal out scotch-free. And the child can't access an attorney. Can't access an attorney. Locked away. Just she and the state. She and God. She and God. Here's what Darren told us yesterday.
Let me say this. The reason given or proffered by the DPP for not going forward is that there's no virtual complainant. Let me remind all that there is no limitation period for rape, burglary, or those offenses, sexual offenses. So at any point in time, the young lady involved in this matter could come forward. As a matter of fact, when I release her from prison, as I said before, she is imprisoned in the guise of protective care. But once she is released from custody and she's able to meet with her attorneys and so forth, all issues will be addressed. All issues in relation to her treatment in custody, interrogation late at night, and so forth. I got that's the first part of your question. In relation to the resignation, as the charter is today, resignation is not justice. Resignation is not resolution. And we will continue to stand resolute by the young woman. We will not abandon her. We will ensure that justice is not denied to her. Yes, it may be delayed, but we will continue to press and push for this young woman to be given the treatment that she deserved. Not for a police officer to go and take a statement from her whilst there is a sexual offense unit in the Guyana police force. No, not for her to be questioned and interrogated at 12 at night. Not for her to base up the information that I'm getting. Not for her to be getting bread and sure water. Not being given proper meal. The way of the inhumane manner, the inhumane treatment that is meted out to this young woman should not be given to anyone, any part in the world, not just a rape victim. Very soon, of course, we'll be engaging various specialists, mental health specialists, to assist this woman. You don't treat a victim of virtual complaint, someone who is claiming that they'll be raped in such a manner. You don't re-victimize them. You treat her as if she's the one the allegation is being made against. That is unacceptable by the authority. The entire system, the entire government is complicit. You treat her as if she's a prisoner. While she's suffering, Damlal is home, he's partying, he's drinking, he's going all over. He's able, he has freedom, and this young lady doesn't have her freedom. So I say at this point, the government should release this young woman from custody. Release her. You say that you're not charging, release her from custody. Let me.
And that is precisely why I've said that if you allow this thing to go down too far, right? You allow it to go down too far. Just so they can say she raped Darnell, you know, and they send she away for 50 to 60 years. If you allow this to go down, degrade, decay, little further, then you say she, you know, raped Darnell very soon. And you see this statement coming out of finale. I call it a statement of lamentation. It's like the man is in pain to have to part companies with Dharmlal. Oh, Dharmlal has been affected personally. Right? He had to send, Dharmlal was telling his resignation, but 5 times in this one statement. Like trying to convince himself this thing actually happening. Folks, I want to let you all know this protest is continuing today. 10 o'clock this morning, you better be out there. Better be out there. Right? From all my information, I think we'll be back on the square. And if you're confused, send a message to my phone and we'll tell you exactly where we are, just in case. Right? But 10 o'clock, square the revolution, folks. Square the revolution. Make your voice count. This is a seminal moment in this nation. This kind of craziness and madness should never happen again. Never happen again. Amanzo Walton is here, Shadow Minister of Foreign Relations, Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, took exception to this statement by Finale. She said it was weak, insipid. She took exception to it. Member of Parliament Amanzo Walton this year. Don't take me word. Take a listen to what Amanzo said. Just yesterday on this very issue. Take a listen.
Sherry, there's so many things on my mind and on my heart as it relates to this matter. I want to start, first of all, with the president's statement. It is the weakest, most disrespectful statement that I've read from a president in a very long time. Why do I say that? You continue to see a man who continues to demonstrate that clearly he is not in charge of this government. When the scandal first broke, we had to protest before Nigel Dharmlal proceeded on leave. And Irfan Ali did not have the courage to require Nigel Dharmlal to proceed on leave. That's the first omission on his part, his first failing in this matter. And then now he has offered his resignation after having dragged the Guyanese people, the victim of these alleged acts, through 2 weeks almost of absolute heartache and terror. And so now he has resigned. And it appears to me that the Ali administration expects that this is not the end of it. Well, this is not the end of it, because a resignation is not justice. And the people of Guyana, that young lady, and all of the other young ladies who have had this traumatic experience at Nigel Dharmlal's hands, they deserve justice. And what does justice look like in this situation? It looks like Nigel Dharmlal being made to answer in a court of law, being made to answer for these allegations and answer these charges. That is what justice looks like. That is what the ordinary Guyanese would be made to face if they were on the other end of such allegations. We have seen Guyanese citizens thrown before the court for far less. But here you have a government that is indicating to the people of Guyana that the law is only for some. And that as long as you are connected to the PPPC, as long as you have money, the law will work for you. If you don't, then may God have mercy on you. That is the message that the people of Guyana have received from this entire ordeal. And I want to say to us that as Guyanese, unless we stand up now and insist that the only equalizer, the rule of law that we have, that we stand up for that equalizer, then whatever befalls this nation will be on our heads and on our shoulders, because the protection of our women, the protection of our children, the protection of our young boys and girls, the protection of our indigenous people must be a non-negotiable. Equality before the law of every Guyanese must be a non-negotiable. And when we wink at these injustices, we have to be mindful that eventually these injustices do not visit us. This is a grave matter. This is a serious matter. And we cannot afford to have those involved in it go scot-free. There has to be a complete investigation on the handling of this issue. This issue was bungled from the time that statement, that open letter to the president, made it out into the public space. You have seen a government that has failed every step of the way to protect the victim, to protect the accused, rather, and to make the victim the accused. They took her into protective custody. When they realized that she was communicating through her devices, they took them away. Not only did they take that away, closing her off from the outside world, but they denied her, despite repeated requests, legal counsel. Not to mention the senior superintendent, who was involved in an attempted cover-up and who must be made to answer for his actions. So every step of the way they have failed. The police chief, the crime chief, issuing statements when it was not in his domain or jurisdiction to so do, but rushing to bring a premature end to these things. The people of Guyana have noted these things. And so if we as a people do not stand up and require that this government hold an investigation into how this matter was handled, we would have failed. And we would have contributed to an environment and a situation where victims, young women, young boys, who may be the victims of these predators, we will have contributed to an environment where they fear coming forward. And God help us if that is what we do, or we allow by our omission and our inaction, we allow that to happen. We can't allow that to happen. And so I'm saying to us as Guyanese, we have to sound our voices until we are hoarse, if need be. We have to sound our voices. We have to let this government know that no one is above the law. And we have to hold their finale accountable for his words. He said our women and children, their protection must be our first priority. And here again, they have failed to demonstrate it. And then he issues the most weak, the most ridiculous statement, insulting Guyanese. Oh, you see, we have given the law an opportunity to work. Nonsense. What the Guyanese people saw was an attempt to buy time, to break the victim and to cover up and to shield Dharamlal from accountability. That is what we saw.
And Dharamlal is hurt.
We talk about Nigel Dharamlal being personally affected. Put yourself in the shoes of the victim who was violated in the vilest of ways. And he is personally hurt and he is ashamed. Well, let me say this. The shame that he feels, Vindhya Prasad must feel it, and she too must resign, because she has brought the government into disrepute the way they handled it. Priya Manikchand must also feel very ashamed, and she too must resign, since everybody is being ashamed and is so concerned about the image of the government. You people are a blot on the face of our country with the way you've handled this. You have created a national embarrassment. People are looking on at Guyana and wondering, is this some alternate universe that Guyanese are inhabiting? And we as Guyanese, we must resist every attempt to paint us as a lawless people and as a people who condone injustice. And to do that, we have to stand up for justice. We have to stand up for the voiceless. We must speak up for those who are unable to speak for themselves. So the protest will continue. I suspect that they do not want the Secretary of State of the US to come to see protest action. But Guyanese people are not going to be deterred by this offering of Dharmlal's resignation. He must face charges as a lawyer. Those statements that were leaked, if that is what the DPP had before her, every element necessary for the offense is contained in those statements. So in my 20 years of legal practice, I can't figure out what more needs to be investigated. Because every element is contained on the face of those statements. And anything else ought to have been in a court of law. But when you look at those statements, Sherrod, you will see in them, those purported statements, that his fare was jail. He said, I don't mind losing the job. That's the worst that can happen to me, but at least I won't go to jail. Because really, he's looking at a good 60 years had this matter gone to court and had he been tried by a jury of Guyanese citizens. And so, just like how, if this was somebody from Sophia that this allegation was leveled against, or from Linden, or from Buxton, or from Crane, or from Blackbush Polder, just like how if they were standing accused of what Dharmlal was standing accused of, they would have had to have faced the law. Nigel Dharmlal must face the law.
Yep, and we were listening there, guys. Welcome back. We were listening there to the Shadow Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Amanzo Walton Desir, reacting to the statement by Irfan Ali on the sidelines of the Heads of Government Conference in Trinidad a day ago, saying that he spoke with Dharmlal and he's offered to resign because he's so hurt and traumatized by the situation. Offering to resign. That's what the statement said. That's what the statement said. And she was expressing some of her additional fears in relation to that. Folks, we're getting ready to be boots on the ground at the square of the revolution. And, you know, someone who's been a part of that from day one, someone who's been a part of that from day one is Simona Brooms. Simona Brooms has been on the forefront, lifting her voice, in caring which day, who show up and how many and all of that. Making a difference out there. This is where she has a passion for defending people in this way and in myriad circumstances in this life. And I'm privileged to have her join us via telephone for a couple minutes this morning. Simona, very good morning to you. Welcome.
Good morning, Sharon. Good morning to all listeners. How are you doing today?
I am good. Folks, let us know if you're hearing Simona loud and clear. Do let us know that. I am great, getting ready to be boots on the ground. You tie your laces yet? You got your water things set and so on?
Man, Sharon, back up yourself. Listen, we don't have to go to Washington. Washington come to us. How are you not going to water card ready? Yeah? This is no plane ticket. This is a drive down the road.
Uh-huh.
Washington, D.C., landing in GT. What the card ready? By time 8:30 this morning, Sharon, we got over 20-something people started by Spirit Revolution. They're ready to start to walk. If we walk into Tamiri, I love me people, yeah? I love me poor people. I will fight for my poor people. I don't care when nobody says, sorry if I'm going on, it's too loud on your program. Sorry.
Go ahead. Take over, Simona. Take over.
Take over.
Take over. I backing up myself. Take over.
Encourage persons. Don't miss out. We don't walk to Tamiri because I mentioned earlier, DC State Department is here in GT. Yeah? And we're meeting by coffee because we got some maneuvering around the place. Mm-hmm. And you know, the police going to be protecting us. I like them there to protect us. In this case, back up yourself, police. Protect Blinken and me the same way. Right? So we're going to be protected. And it's a peaceful picketing because, like I said, we ain't got to go buy a plane ticket and fly into DC, go Capitol Hill and all of that, go by the White House. Everything is in Georgetown, Main Street, and we got some locations we're going to be picketing. But what we doing, Sharon? We're mobilizing down at coffee. Mm-hmm. Coffee down going on, a lot of people coming out. but they're remobilizing there, and then we can be moving to some direction. So I got some water in the vehicle and things like that. I love my people, Sharon, my women and these men coming out with a little water bottle, listen, umbrellas and everything. Just you cannot afford to have Washington in Georgetown and you don't come and say to Washington what Georgetown want Washington to understand.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. I don't know if I'm clear by your
Very clear, pellucid. Very clear, very, very clear. And you know, one of the things before I let you go has amazed me about this protest here on this issue is the amount of people from a white cross section of this country who've been incensed by it. You know, we saw the Muslims, the Hindus, we saw indigenous brothers and sisters come out. We saw people of all faith, people who are political, non-political, religious, non-religious, just vexed that this should not happen in any country in this world and not happen here.
Yeah, Sharon, and I'm impressed. I mean, don't let us forget, the Rastafarians was out. The Rasta brother was in tears.
Yeah.
Said this hurt me. What a system doing to the INI sisterins.
Yep.
You see, the INI chant in tears. I mean, it says to me that Guyana is not without great people. People will stand up and fight for this country any day and any time. And I'm proud to be Guyanese. I'm telling you that, man. I'm proud to be Guyanese. Good times are proud. Bad times are proud, but I'm going to fight bad. I'm going to fight back. I'm going to fight back. I'm passionate about this. I got one fault that I could say to the world. Regardless of what, I love my country and I love my people. I don't care what they say about me. Listen, they abuse me today, man. They see me tomorrow and they say, Karen, they said, Miss Bruce, well, I don't hear them, but I abuse your time, you know, I say for truth. So listen, I love my people regardless, and please come out today and let us speak to Washington. We don't have to be in the Marriott or in the State House, right? Reagan got we placard, or we can speak from our placard. And I want to tell you that Blinken, Biden, and the whole United States of America and all around the world will have that opportunity in looking again and see Guyanese people, men, women, girls, and boys, standing by the roadside and speaking to the government of the United States of America. And I'm proud to be part of that. And I want you and everybody else, I want to thank you, Sharon, publicly, man. You know, you got a skill, I got a kind of skills. You could pick it, put on the camera, pick it up back, interview, holler, I can't do all of that. Right? So, Sharon, pick up yourself and back up yourself. It's time you come out of coffee there just now.
Good.
So, for the latecomers, 10 o'clock is the other train, right?
Correct. That's the citizenship, that's the citizen conversation continuing at coffee today at 10. So folks, we're putting on our boots. Boots are already on and we're about to head through the door. That's going to do it for us. Simona, thanks for dropping by on just short notice and being a part of our broadcast this morning.
Yes, man. Anytime. Thank you. And blessings to all your viewers, all right?
Excellent. Thanks, Simona. Thank you so much. Folks, that's it for us this morning. That's it for us this morning. Share the live, smash that emoji button, and come, let's go down the road. Folks. We got a lot to cover this morning. So let's go, good folks. Let's go. Before we let you go very quickly, we want to let you know there's a very important investment conference coming up. And the dates are July 14th to 16th. It's a couple of days from now. And you don't want to miss it. This is the Guyana Small and Medium-Sized Enterprise Investment Conference that's coming up July 14th to 16th, 10 a.m. The number you want to call for additional information, 652-1959. This is on our page as well. It's going to be posted there again on our pages, on our platforms. And they have booths available if you have a small business, medium-sized business you want to showcase. They got booths available. This is the Guyana Small and Medium-Sized Enterprise Investment Conference, a very, very important confabulation that's going to be happening in a couple of days. And we want you guys to know as well, if you need a Justice of the Peace Commissioner votes to affidavits, there's the Alistair Collins firm, a very dedicated team, folks, ready to meet all your documentation needs. A commissioner votes and affidavits, as I said, and they're located down there, the Caldian Mall, Lamaha Street, between Camp and Waterloo Street. 649-6410. So bear these things in mind as we go throughout the day, folks. That's going to do it for us at this end. That is going to do it for us. We're going to be boots on the ground, folks. We're heading through the door. We're heading through the door. Robertson, Ernest, and Yvette, Jana, Candy, Michelle, Edward. I have all the other folks joining us. That's going to do it for us at this end. Stay safe. We're heading on the ground, good folks. Boots on the ground, folks. You have an opportunity to come out. Do so. We ain't wasting time. You have an opportunity to come out. Do so. That's going to do it for us, folks. Stay safe. We're going to see you guys on the next broadcast. Stay safe.